Hey guys, Bellatrix Pretzel here, and welcome back to my channel. So I posted this on my Facebook page. Not this isn't my video though. Obviously, it will be posted on my Facebook page. But I posted something on my Facebook page, and it's essentially saying that I'll only be posting Mondays, Fridays, and Mondays because I just have a bunch of hours at work now, and I just don't have the time to put out 3 videos a week anymore. Um, so I have like 2 guaranteed videos a week, Mondays and Fridays, and after that I'll try to post one on Wednesdays, but I don't promise that I will be able to. Um, yeah, so that's that. So this house over here is Raising Toddlers. The new toddler stuff pack came out, and I was really excited to use it, so I made a toddler stuff house. So this house was built on a 20 by 30 lot. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, and it came out to 164,182 simoleons. So it's a pretty big house, and I really like the family I've created for this one. And if I was to start another Let's Play based on Speedbuild families, I might actually do this one. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not planning any new Let's Plays anytime soon. I have 2 going on right now that I have to find time to finish. Yeah. Anyway, so here we go. I'm just getting the base of the house ready. I was actually going to make a starter home, or like a 50,000 simoleon home. That was a very similar shape to this, but when I saw that the toddler stuff pack came out, I had to download it right away, and I had to scale up my house and just make something enormous and very family friendly. So that was the layout for the upstairs. Now I'm working on the downstairs. There are 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom and 2 bathrooms downstairs. So there we go, picking out a color for the exterior of this house. Putting sliding on the 2 little bits of house that stick out on the side. I just thought it gave an extra something to the house and to how it looked. And then up with the windows and the doors. So there are 3 doors that lead outside. There is the front door, the back door out of the dining room, and another back door out of one of the bedrooms. Anyways, so here we go, just finishing up with the windows, trying to figure out what to make that little part look like, 'cause it just wasn't symmetrical to the other side, it wasn't the same size, so yeah, had to do some mixing around with those windows. So the windows are really mix and match all over the house, but I think it flows and I think it fits really nicely, so I'm happy with it. Placing all my doors, picking the wood, and after I pick the flooring for everything except for the the bathrooms and the kitchen, we move on to moving the family. So I'm going to stop the voice for right now, and you guys can listen to me introduce the family that will be living here after a couple of seconds of silence. Alright, let's meet the Price family. So the family that's going to be living in this house is a 3-generation family. So first we have Ken Price, Mr. Grandpa guy. So he's obviously an elder. He has the freelance botanist aspiration. He's neat. He loves the outdoors, and he's family oriented. So, background information on Ken Price. In my head, he, once wanted wealth, wanted to be the richest guy alive. He made it really high in the business career, and, he waited a while to have a family. He waited for kids, and he was miserable the entire time, and then he quit. He just retired. He retired young-ish. He wasn't young, but he was younger than the average person who retires. retired young. Him and his wife sort of relaxed. They had a kid. They grew up with the family. His, all the savings he had from being this rich businessman sort of went to them living. They sold their house. They got a smaller place. Yeah. And then we have his wife, Charlene Price. She has the successful lineage aspiration. She's an art lover. She's a perfectionist, and she's family oriented. So I think quite similar to her husband, she, also retired young. In my head, even though this is not a career in The Sims, she was once a lawyer, and she didn't really enjoy her work all that much. But since her husband was throwing himself into work, she threw herself into her work, and yeah. And then we have their daughter, Samantha Price. And she is a young adult. She's the only kid that they ever had. And yeah, so she has her father's hair and skin color. Her mother's both skin and hair a lot darker than hers, but she does have her mother's facial features. So she has the super parent aspiration. She's a perfectionist. She's a foodie. And she's family oriented. So I think she's going to go and be a chef. Probably a very successful one, because this house is pretty darn big. So, in theory, she was, unlike her parents, she wanted to start a family young. She didn't want to wait like her parents did. So she was married at some point, and she got pregnant, and her husband just wasn't ready to have kids, and he left. So she's a single parent, and she's raising her 2 kids with the help of her parents. Yeah. Next up, we have her first kid, Angelo Price. He's this adorable little toddler with the wild trait. And we have his twin sister, Paige, who has the charmer trait. So let's go back to Ken, and we will quickly look through their outfits, because I realized I forgot to do that. So this is his everyday outfit. Next up, we have his formal, his athletic, his sleepwear, his party wear, and his swimwear. Next up, we have Charlene and her many outfits. Here is her everyday outfit. It's very relaxed, and I kind of love it. Here's her formal, her athletic, her sleepwear, her party wear, and her swimwear. Next up, we have Samantha. There we go. That is her everyday outfit. Next up, we have her formal, her athletic, her sleepwear, her party wear, and her swimwear. And then her first son, Angelo. There we go. Let's click on him. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I think he looks adorable. I think he's going to be like a heartbreaker when he grows up. Anyways, that's his everyday outfit with his little superhero cape. I think this is freaking adorable. Next we have his formal, his sleepwear, and his party wear. And last we have the youngest of the twins, born, 2 minutes later or something, Paige, with her outfits. And she has these adorable, 4 ponytail things, and it's so cute. She got, obviously her mother's hair color, and she got sort of in between her grandparents' skin tone, whereas Angelo got his mom's skin tone, but he got the darkness of his grandmother's hair. I tried to keep all those little details flowing, same with the eye color. Anyways, moving on. That's her everyday outfit. Next we have her formal, her sleepwear, and her party wear. Can we just take a second to appreciate how adorable the new toddler clothes are with this new pack? I love it. Anyways, that's the Price family. Let's get to the furnishing of this house. So now that we've all met the Price family, let's get started on the furnishing. So I'm starting off with the shared bathroom upstairs. It has a tub shower combo, a sink, and a potty chair. It does not have an actual toilet. Once they grow up, the thought is to just switch out the potty chair for an actual legitimate toilet. Every other bathroom does have a legitimate toilet, though. So, don't worry, your adult Sims can pee in here. Yeah, alright, so when I was introducing the family, I mentioned that the grandparents, Ken and Charlene, had all this money and this big house and everything, and they sold it, and they got a smaller house out of it. Well, that's what they did when they quit their jobs, and they moved to a smaller home where they raised Samantha. And then when Samantha grew up, she became a pretty successful chef, and she wanted to buy a house for her kids. She didn't want to stay with her parents because her and her then husband were sharing an apartment, and she needed a bigger place. It wasn't big enough for her and her two twins, so she went to her parents for help. The house her parents lived in wasn't big enough to fit all 5 of them, so her parents sold that house as well, and with the money that was still in Ken and Charlene's savings and what Samantha had managed to make working and saving as she worked, they managed to buy this beautiful family home that fits all of them perfectly. So now that those 2 first bathrooms are done, I might have done the bathrooms downstairs. I wasn't paying attention to the video while I spoke. I'm sorry about that. I started off with the master bedroom, which is Samantha's. So up here we have 3 bedrooms, like I said. We have Samantha's, we have Angelo's, and Paige's. Charlene and Ken, the grandparents, have their bedroom downstairs. So she has a walk-in closet type thing, another dresser, a couple of mirrors, a nice double desk, with a computer on one side, obviously, and then just a couple of little decorations I stick on the other end as I decorate this room further. I end up switching the view of the bed around so that we can have a nice little couch lounge area corner close to the bookcases and the desk. So it's sort of a 2-in-1 room, which I think is really cute. And she actually has this little jukebox. Oh god, another word I for some reason cannot pronounce today. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I have a hard time pronouncing words when I do these voiceovers, and you guys are probably like, well, she doesn't know how to pronounce anything in real life or in these voiceovers, and it's not true. It's just for some reason when I start recording voiceovers, I lose all knowledge of words. I just lose the ability to speak, apparently. I'm not sure why, but I do. Anyways, moving on. Here you go. I'm just decorating the house, this room up. So let's remember some of Samantha's traits. Yeah, her 3 traits were family-oriented, she's a foodie, and a perfectionist. So obviously the room had to be really clean. It couldn't, she couldn't have any clothes lying around or anything. And I think I made it pretty neat. There's nothing really I could have put in there for foodie. I was going to put pots and pans in her bedroom, and family-oriented, well, I mean, she's got 2 kids. How much more family-oriented can you get? Plus, you're living with your parents, but I felt like the room reflected her personality a little bit, and I like how it came out. Next up, we have Angelo's bedroom that we're working on, and he has the wild trait. So, he's going to be a handful. He's going to always be, running around, climbing on things, learning how to walk really fast. So I felt like the race car bed sort of fit him perfectly, sort of, speeding through life. So I gave him a very, modern-looking bedroom, I think, especially with the, with his dollhouse. His sister has one as well, though it's not a modern dollhouse like Angela's is. Honestly, I probably would not have given him a dollhouse if it didn't have that creative skill building part, but yeah. Anyways, that's it for Angela's bedroom. Next up, we move to Paige, who is a charmer. And I swear she's gonna charm the heck out of everyone when she grows up. She's gonna be the kind of girl I think who can get whatever she wants. She'll very rarely get in trouble from her mom. Like she can talk her way out of like anything. I really want to know what she's gonna be like when she grows up. Like if this was real life and there was a TV show about this family, I think it'd be amazing to see how the two kids would grow up. Yeah. Then I'm just working on the landing area, decorating it up. I put a bunch of paintings up in the landing and all over the downstairs area. And Charlene, who's an art lover, in my head I figured, maybe she's painted these things and they're just across the entire house, because she's a painter and she's really good at what she does. Yeah, so that was the idea behind all the different colorful paintings you'll see pop around this house. So here we go. I'm working on Charlene and Ken's bedroom. It's sort of a weirdly shaped room, and they do have a door that leads outside. So if you guys download this house and play with this family, I would recommend locking just that back door so that either only Sims that live here can use that door, or only Ken and Charlene can use it, since, you don't really want people just walking into your bedroom unannounced. But with two toddlers, you sort of expect the toddlers to walk in whenever they want. Maybe not so much from exterior doors, 'cause let's be real, I don't think toddlers would actually be able to open doors like that. Yeah, so I made a little painting corner, a little painting studio. They have a nice desk, a nice cute little seating area, some dressers, and there's, I think I threw a couple of plants in there, if I remember correctly, but other than the potential little bits of plants I throw in there, nothing really in this room fits Ken's personality. He loves to garden, he's neat, so obviously the room's pretty clean, but it's a very artsy room, so I feel like it fits more Charlene. But, Ken does end up having a little corner of the house to himself, this perfect little area for him. Yeah. Here we go, working on the living room. I knew I wanted a big TV in there, so I had to use I had to use three different, I had to use 3 coffee tables, the same coffee table 3 times, so that I could size up a TV and it could sit perfectly in the middle. Yeah, and then just the couches with a nice little coffee table, an L-shaped coffee table, that just runs perfectly along the sides of the couches. And then I put a toy box and a stuffed animal, because I'm sure the toddlers are going to want to play around here, while maybe Samantha's watching TV, or maybe, Samantha's at work and the grandparents are babysitting and they're unwinding, watching the news or watching a movie or something, and watching the kids as they play, with the toys. Yeah. Next up we have, I want to say the entrance. I think the entrance is what I'm working on. I don't think I work on the dining room just yet. Yeah, here we go. So I'm working in the area by the stairs. I'm just putting a couple plants there because, there wasn't really much else I could think to put there. I put a nice big painting on that wall. Once again, in the back of my mind thinking maybe Charlene painted that. And then right by the door I have another painting with some plants underneath it. Grandpa Ken, he really likes the plants. He really likes flowers and bushes and all that jazz. So I'm sure he had a thing or two to say when it came to decorating the house after they'd moved in. Cute little shoe rack under the giant mirror. Yeah. Put, I think, one more plant, or probably a plant. Yep, there we go. A carpet, and that's pretty much it for the entrance. I end up moving on to the dining room. It took me quite a while to actually find a table that I liked, that I thought fit well. And then once I did, I couldn't find a chair that I thought blended perfectly with it, so I tried to find another chair. When I didn't, I tried to change the color of the table. I didn't like it, so I just got a brand new table and put in some more chairs, and I made it work. So big dining room table fits 8 Sims. There are only 5 here, 2 of them are taller, so of course I put 2 high chairs, a red one and a purple one, or is it pink? I don't remember. And I made them match the colors of the potty chairs. I changed the color of the potty that was downstairs so that it matches the high chair that I put in the dining room. Yeah, so there we go. Just a couple more pieces of artwork that Charlie maybe worked on. Surprise, surprise, Charlene and art, you know. Next up, working on the kitchen. So it's such a tiny, skinny room, but the kitchen works. The kitchen's nice and big, and there's so much storage, especially overhead, since these are longer walls than the, shorter wall. It's the medium length wall, so you can put a lot more cupboards on the walls there. 2 fridges, 2 stoves, 2 sinks, a lot of countertops, pretty much all covered up by appliances and decorations. There's really only one countertop that ends up being free for the Sims to work on, but that's all you really need, so yeah. I actually end up filling them all up, and then I'm like, whoops, I gotta move something. Oh no, I almost, oh yeah, I did fill them all up except for a corner one, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be an issue, so I moved the bread box from between the sink and the fridge to between the sink and the stove, right on the corner there. At this point, I realized I forgot to do the balcony upstairs. I keep it really simple, a little bit of a small seat and a plant, and that was it. Next, I move on to the wraparound deck and the front yard. I end with the backyard because it was just a lot more fun than the front yard. So I light the whole thing up, so you guys, can visibly walk your way around the deck. Put a lot of benches in there, a lot of seating, because honestly, I did not know what the heck else to put there. Yeah, all the top windows there have the same flowers underneath, and then that side has a darker bam in your face, something different plant look to it, and I thought it looked a little awkward, just the plant line alone, so I had to add some bushes and some climbing flowers to sort of blend it out, and I think it looks really cute. What do I do next? Put a couple of trees in there with a fern underneath just to add a little bit of something to the bottom of those trees. Nice little flower patch up front. I tried to make the colors of this flower patch match the side boom floral feature that I did, just to sort of tie in all the colors together. Cute little mailbox, and then I surround the garbage with a bunch of plants because, as I've established multiple times, Ken's really into gardening, so he's probably planted a bunch of flowers pretty much anywhere that he felt needed it. Put in those pathways, and then I do stick a couple of plants, right there on the front porch, and that's pretty much it for the front. I end up moving to the back. Yeah, in a couple seconds. Alright, there we go. A couple of more plants all around. And then I decided to fence in the backyard. So the backyard's pretty small, but it worked out perfectly. I had enough room for everything I wanted to do. So because there were young kids in there, I didn't want the barbecue to be in an open space. I wanted it to be fenced in so the toddlers couldn't easily get in there. Because, fire and stuff. You don't really want your kids playing around that. A nice little table with 2 high chairs that toddlers can eat. And I managed to fit quite a bit of toddler activities back there. So they have plenty to do outdoors. No pool though, but when they grow up and they get older and they can no longer use those toys, I'm sure you can delete them and stick a pool in there if that's what you guys want. Or you could put a slip and slide or a basketball hoop or some monkey bars or whatever. So I put a bunch of planters on the balcony, on the deck, and on the side of the yard there for Ken to do all his gardening. He can plant trees, he can plant flowers, herbs, whatever he wants. Yeah, so these are the screenshots of this house. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, check out my other videos, check out my Facebook page if you haven't. I mean, clearly I post stuff there that I don't post here, hence letting everyone know on that page that I was cutting out Wednesday videos before you guys knew on YouTube. Yeah, moving on. Awkward outro, apparently, because let's be honest, that's all I know how to do. Yeah, so if you guys want to download this house and this family, there's a link in the description below. You guys can download them and everything else I shared on there if that's what you guys want to do. Oh my god, when did my dog sit next to me? I'm sorry. I just turned my head around and my dog was just in my face and it was a little shocking. Yeah, we're getting to the end of the screenshots. We just have the kids' bedrooms left and I think a bathroom. So I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Thank you guys very, very much for watching and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.